All right, y'all? You won't believe what's going down. Diddy just flipped the internet on its head after getting arrested, and the details are wild. Word is, he's been caught up in some freaky stuff, like forcing young guys and girls into these crazy parties without their consent. The feds even found hundreds of tapes of these freak-offs, and apparently they're way worse than what Cassie described in her lawsuit. But here's the kicker. Some big-name celebs are allegedly in these tapes too, and one of them is supposedly Jay-Z. Yep, you heard that right. Now Diddy's playing hardball. He's reportedly threatening to spill the tea on everyone involved if they don't help him get out of this mess. If Diddy ends up getting sentenced, he knows his time is limited, so he's making moves before anyone else can take him out. If I were Jay-Z, I'd be hiring every top-tier lawyer in the game, cause Diddy is ready to sing and it won't be pretty. So here's the rundown. Diddy got picked up by Homeland Security Monday night at a fancy Midtown hotel in NYC, and what they found? Over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and other shady stuff at his properties. Plus, the allegations are beyond disturbing. Diddy's accused of making women get with male escorts to the point they needed IV drips from exhaustion. He allegedly recorded these wild sessions to use as blackmail later on. The case is still unfolding, but remember when Homeland Security raided Diddy's homes a few months back? Yeah, that's where this all started. They even arrested his sons, Justin and Christian, and took loads of evidence. And now, the feds are saying they've got phone recordings of Diddy and his crew trying to bribe his victims into silence or changing their stories. Things are looking real bad for him right now. Now here's the tea on Diddy's indictment. Apparently he was flying in all kinds of workers into the US and forcing them to join in on his wild freak-offs with his friends, victims, and others. And these freak-offs weren't quick either. They went on for hours. One of the so-called friends involved? Allegedly, none other than Jay-Z. Yep, Jay and Diddy were tight for years. Diddy even called Jay his brother from another mother and said only two people could call him by his real name, Jay-Z and his mom. But now that Diddy's in trouble, Jay's been working overtime trying to distance himself. But not everyone is letting him off the hook, especially Jaguar Wright.
Diddy being publicly shamed like this, so left.
Who's that?
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
She's been reminding folks about Jay's connections to Diddy, and honestly, people are backing her up because Jay's got his own shady past that people have been ignoring for years. For example, there's this old rumor that Jay was in a super sketchy relationship with Foxy Brown when she was underage. Word is, he convinced her to date him by promising to help her career, but once he got what he wanted, he ditched her and made sure she couldn't succeed in the industry anymore, basically blackballing her. This got even more attention when Jay's former best friend Dame Dash was asked about it. He didn't deny it, but he got real defensive and said he wasn't the one to talk about it, that Jay needed to answer for what happened with Foxy.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you didn't.
putting
I'm
me in
just
that.
asking a
You keep asking
question.
because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody. I don't know
You the
nothing about
boss.
that. Yo, don't beat around the bush. Say what you want
I'm
to say.
just
What do you mean by that question?
I was just asking.
What are you insinuating?
I'm
when
not
you ask me
insinuating.
about
I just
Foxy
asked the
Brown?
question.
I
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
It sounds like you.
All I'm saying is
like
in
you
this
got
industry,
some-
when we live in
it
these
seems
glass
like you got.
houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Y'all keep asking me questions y'all want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't got shit to do with that, and I don't even know nothing about that. Ooh, you playing?
You my man.
I know not with me. But you playing. When you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just now?
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Oh, you asked Jay. But that's the question you're trying to ask me.
But
You're
say-
a funny cat. I ain't know. I forgot you was that funny.
Nick Cannon was open about the whole thing later when he did an interview himself with DJ Vlad. He wanted to talk about these issues because they need to stop.
Got to some interesting discourse and debates because I don't care who's sitting across from me. If I don't agree with it or if I have questions, I'm gonna ask the question. And it got intense. But that's my man. That's my man. You know, I love Dame.
Well, you brought up the whole Foxy Brown thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
I did, and the only reason why I brought that up because again we were talking about R. Kelly, and Dame was taking his stance like I don't condone fuck shit and staying solid. And then, you know, at the time, people were talking about him being in the Fiesta video. And I was like, yo, let's not sit around and not act like there wasn't young girls that, you know, were in the hip-hop community.
Did I? So even though Dame Dash was a bit tight-lipped about Jay-Z and Foxy Brown, he didn't hold back when it came to spilling the dirt on Jay's shady dealings with Aaliyah. According to Dame, Jay was seriously trying to get with Aaliyah behind his back. Like, he wasn't just flirting, he was straight up desperate, inviting her to meet his parents and everything, but Aaliyah wasn't feeling Jay like that. She had eyes for Dame, and let's just say, Jay's ego did not handle that rejection well. But wait, it gets even wilder. Dame says he had to cut Jay off because he realized Jay would do anything for power, even throwing innocent girls under the bus just to get ahead. And let's not forget, when R. Kelly got exposed for his disgusting behavior with underage girls and that shady marriage to Aaliyah, Jay-Z was still out here collaborating with him like nothing happened. Jay literally made an entire album with R. Kelly, sending a loud and clear message that he didn't care about the victims. Talk about cold-blooded. Now, if you think that's the worst, it gets darker. There's this chilling rumor that Aaliyah's death in that tragic plane crash was no accident. Some folks say it was actually a sacrifice, and that industry elites like Jay-Z and R. Kelly allegedly had a hand in it. Rumors of the Illuminati and all that. What's even more suspicious is that Aaliyah was never supposed to be on that plane. Reports say she was sedated against her will and put on the flight while unconscious. I mean, that's some next-level sinister stuff. And Aaliyah and Foxy Brown weren't Jay's only alleged victims. There's also the case of Kathy White, a rumored mistress of Jay-Z who ended up dead under mysterious circumstances after she threatened to expose their affair. Official reports claim she died of a brain aneurysm, but honey, that's not sitting right with a lot of people. Blogger Hollywood Street King wasn't buying it either and did some digging. He got the scoop from an NYPD detective who said Kathy's death was classified as suspicious and that an autopsy was on the way. Apparently, Kathy had just threatened to go public with her affair with Jay for a price, and not long after, she was gone. And if all that wasn't enough, Jaguar Wright came through and dropped even more bombs, claiming that Kathy didn't die from a brain aneurysm, but was actually heard screaming for her life in her final moments. I don't know about y'all, but this whole situation reeks of cover-ups and shady dealings. But wait, remember when Kanye spilled the tea about Jay-Z having some serious skeletons in his closet? Kanye might joke around, but when it comes to exposing folks, he doesn't lie. And this was just one of the many wild things Jay has been accused of. But let's not forget about Beyonce. There's been talk for years that she might have started out as one of Jay's victims, only to eventually become his partner in all this mess. Jay was pushing 30 when he started making moves on Bey, and she had just turned 18, fresh out of her teens and still figuring out what relationships even were. What's even sketchier is that Jay admitted in an old interview that he met Beyonce when she was just 16, but waited until she was 18 to officially make a move. That whole situation is giving major side-eye vibes. And let's talk about Beyonce's ex-bodyguard, who's been making waves lately by exposing what he saw firsthand. The stuff he claims Jay did to Beyonce sounds eerily similar to what Diddy was accused of doing to Cassie. If y'all recall, Cassie accused Diddy of pumping her with substances like ketamine and ecstasy, causing her to develop serious addictions that took over her life. Now, folks are saying Jay treated Beyonce in the same way, and with Diddy's trial coming up, people are convinced Diddy is about to drop some major names, Jay included. As usual, the internet has their opinions, and you already know everyone's waiting to see how this all plays out. One person said that Jay-Z is going down for real this time. They even made a pun from it. The comment read, "Jay-Z got 99 new problems." And another person said that Diddy ain't going down just like that without bringing the others who are also responsible with him. He won't go down by himself. He's going to take everyone he can with him. This whole situation with Diddy is far from over. With all the accusations piling up and even some big names being dragged into the mess, it's not looking good for him. I mean, from freak-offs to shady dealings with other celebrities, the tea just keeps getting hotter. And with Diddy possibly facing a life sentence behind bars, things are about to get really crazy. The wild part is, if he goes down, he's threatening to take a whole lot of people with him. Jay-Z is probably only the beginning. So don't be surprised if we see even more shocking revelations revelations as this trial unfolds. Everyone's out here trying to save themselves, but Diddy's making it clear that if he falls, he's taking others down with him. Stay tuned, because the drama is only just beginning. And before we bring the next update for you, let us know how you feel about this entire situation playing out in front of our eyes. What's your take on Diddy's indictment, and do you think Jay-Z was a part of his dark secret, but he somehow managed to cover his tracks better? If Jaguar is to be trusted, he may have had his own occult practices that he keeps well hidden.